save money on the electric bill. There's also gadgets that you can install, help install, save on the electric bill. They're going to talk about a lot of different things that hopefully you'll find interesting. They're also going to ask you to think about joining the political action committee that we have. It's very important. They're going to talk to you about that. Again, I want to thank you all for being here this evening. I'm going to turn this program over to Mr. Wynn, who is the President and CEO of this Roanoke, and also the newly elected Vice President of the NRECA National Board. Mr. Wynn.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to extend an additional welcome. Mr. Reddick has welcomed you already, and it's good to see you all again. I think this beginning to feel like an annual event to me. It's good. It's always good to have a chance to interface with our member owners and tell you what we're going to take this along. So what we've got this year is, I think, a very good program. I want to just kind of give you an overview, as Mr. Reddick has already done, and introduce some of our teammates that are going to come up and talk to you about the specific items that we have here. At Roanoke Electric, of course, you know we are an electric company, and what we do is very dangerous type work, working out on the electric lines, and we really believe in safety. Safety is critically important for our employees, but it's just important to our member owners, people who are out on the lines and have houses and equipment out on the lines. That electricity can hurt anybody. But not just electricity, a lot of other things out there cause harm or danger. We're going to talk to you about safety tonight, and we're going to get into our overall strategy and mission, vision, things that we've listened to you about, and things we want to do. How have we responded to some of your input that you've given us? And we're going to have a call to action to ask you to meet us halfway on a couple of things. And then, of course, we're going to have some questions and answers. I do ask that if you have questions, just kind of hold those to the end. And we'll have a chance for you to ask all the questions you want to ask before we leave tonight.
First, before I actually start off with our safety message tonight, I just want to kind of let y'all know, if in the event that we do need to exit this building, there's an exit right here behind me, and there's also an exit right out here. If we go out this exit, we will actually meet across the road. If we go out this exit here, we will actually meet right on the other side of this chain link fence out here. Okay, and the bathrooms are right out this hallway. Right as soon as you go out this hallway, it's right across from you. So if you need to use the restrooms. So to start off with, anybody recognize this first symbol right here? Y'all seen this before? What is it? It's called a dig. It's our North Carolina One Call Center. That's the number that you'll call if you're going to be doing any kind of digging or excavating in your yards or anywhere that you'll be. You'll need to call them so that they can actually locate any kind of underground power lines, utilities such as phone, possible gas lines in the area. And they do need at least a 3-day working notice for them to come out. Next, I've got distracted driving. When we think of distracted driving, cell phones plays a big key in distracted driving. It does, but also think about the tools. So make sure that you stay focused on what you're doing when you're driving down the road. Then, next one I got is fire safety at home. When we talk about fire safety at home, make sure that you have working smoke detectors. We have working smoke. Make sure you have working smoke detectors in your home so that if you do in the event have a fire, that something will actually signal and let you know that there is a fire. Rule of thumb is when you do your fire, your batteries, make sure that you actually change those out during the fall and spring time. That way you know your batteries are in good condition. Also make sure that you have a fire evacuation plan for your families, just kind of like we went over before I started, to kind of know if you have to exit in different directions and stuff, that you can actually meet at a certain place. If someone has to go out the front door, someone has to go out the back door. So So just remember to go over our fire evacuation plan. And last but not least, ladder safety. A lot of us use ladders when we're outside doing things or even in our house. Make sure that you're using the proper ladders for the particular jobs that you're doing. Make sure when you're using your ladders and you're positioning them and stuff, when you're outside, to look for like overhead power lines.
Of course, I extend welcome as well. The call 2021. This is the next segment in our program, whereas we want to talk some about our overall corporate strategy, our map that we set here at Roanoke Electric Cooperative. Just like you all, even tonight, it's particularly if you did not know how to get to this office, you would have more than likely mapped your way, tried to figure out a plan to get here, and ultimately now that you're here, you've arrived. So for us, very similar. We have some places or some 2021. We're trying to accomplish some very ambitious things and basically really bringing the level of service that you deserve as a member owner of Roanoke Electric Cooperative, and ensuring that we're living up to the mission statement, which is to provide safe, reliable, and affordable electricity in the diverse communities that we do serve. And so with this, there are many things that are layered within this document that you see here, which is our map. Again, and at the bottom of this map, this basically represents the core values. These core values are things that we identify in each of our employees who provide the service for you day in and day out. There are certain things that they must represent in order for us to accomplish all of the goals that we have set as an organization. And so with that, as they bring the core values with them, we work toward engaging our employee staff to ensure that they are readily available again to perform the services, because we have an industry that is moving at a very fast pace. We realize the expectations of you as a member owner is much different than it was 20, 25, 30 years ago. You expect reliable service. You expect nothing short of that. And we work toward doing that. You expect us to be able to provide that service to you at the lowest possible price that we can deliver it to you. And you expect us to be professional at the highest degree in all of our dealings with you day in and day out. So with that, we, of course, as we've engaged our workforce, we're providing some internal processes for our employees as we work together as a team to be able to lead toward the breakout performance that we want to provide for you. And with that, here in this orange section, that represents what we call our financial perspective, which basically means we're doing everything that we can to ensure that we're being good stewards of the dollars that you pay day in and day out for the service that you know as electricity that comes to our doors. And at the very top, this is a representation of you as a member owner of Roanoke Electric. Again, you expect high reliability. You expect us to bring value to you. You want to ensure that there is value for the money that you spend. And of course, we want to ensure that you're engaged and active in this organization, because it is an all-inclusive effort. Obviously, as your employee staff, we appreciate the opportunity to serve you, but we do need you as well. And you're going to hear some calls to action later on, whereas we need you to help us move forward. And of course, last but certainly not least, member owner satisfaction. Whereas you, again, are just looking forward to us providing the highest level of satisfaction that we can. The strategy map has shown some progress for us. We've been doing this now since about 2014. And over that time, through surveys, as we're sending out surveys to you, we're asking questions. How are we doing? Is the service reliable? How about the pricing? Things of that nature. And we're noticing that you all are giving us higher marks as time progresses. We realize there was work for us to do. We realize there's work still to be done. But we also acknowledge that we are improving, and we do appreciate you recognizing the effort. But at the end of the day, again, we want to ensure that we're bringing our best foot forward for you every day. So we're moving to the response. The response is to live up to our mission. Next, I'd like to call on our manager of engineering, George Snap.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I've been asked to talk to you about a premier project that we refer to as Roanoke Connect. Many of you may have already heard about it. We've been talking about it for a while now. And we are just about finished with the phase one of the Roanoke Connect. And what it's going to provide for us is the ability to deploy smart grid technology and broadband service. Phase one is the fiber optic cable build out across our system, connecting our substations to our corporate office, communication system that will enable us to communicate with the substations, be more proactive in responding to outages, be more capable in automating responses, operating equipment, instead of won't necessarily, in some cases, have to send alignment to the substation to do work, so that travel time could be eliminated. Assisting the linemen when they're out working trouble restoration, where we can restore power inside the substation, which would then restore power to you. So we're currently evaluating the new technologies that are available with the goal of deploying those technologies that will bring the best value to you, our members. So with fiber optic cable, which is the communication part, it will enable us to be able to communicate with varying equipment that could help reduce power costs, help us reduce our power costs, which in turn saves you money. So phase two is a pilot project that we're launching. We're at the beginning stages of this pilot project, and the pilot project will be testing the communication systems and help us to determine how we can better address the popular issues. There are a couple things that we're looking at right now, and we have examples of them out in the lobby. The smart thermostat for your heating and cooling system, and smart thermostat for your water heater. We're looking at deploying these and being able to help you save money, and help us save money for you. That's phase two. What we see here on this right here is you can see the green line running through here, and the red lines running through here. That's the route of the fiber optic cable. That route connects to each one of our substations, and right about here is our office in south side of Hosky. And all those connect back to our office. It gives us communication at the speed of light with all of our substations. We are right in this area here. I can hold it still. So that's where you are right now, to give you an idea on the map.
Slow it down.
Area right here is the Roanoke
Stop right there.
area.
There you go.
Down here is Mary Hill, Windsor, Gates County, right from here. So give you an idea of how broad our territory is and how far our system goes. We've built 107 miles of fiber cable. We are about 3 to 4 weeks from having it all done, and we will be doing the connecting the communication systems inside the substation. Right now we're evaluating a number of approaches to maximizing this, and it's driven towards providing you highly reliable service and driving costs down for our purchase power and for you as well. Now I'll turn this over to Mr. Wynn for the phase 2 study.
All right, thanks, George. Phase 2 is, George did a very good job of describing what we've done. I want to tell you what we're planning to do. Now we've got this fiber in this connecting all of our substations. What's going to be next is trying to get it further out into our system so that maybe if you're interested in having the ability to communicate better with the office from your houses, that you can do that. So it's the way with this whole project is brand new to us. Let me first say that, because we've been doing electricity for about 75, 80 years now, and this is brand new territory for us. What we do know is what we don't know, and we know that we don't know much about fiber. So we're slowly getting into this, and we're starting out with a beta project, beta test pilot, and that will test some equipment close to our office to try to hook up about 60 of our member owners that live close to our office to see if we can get internet service into their houses and put some devices in there to see if they can save the dollars that George was talking about. And we're going to do this on an evaluation trial basis over about 60 days to test the viability of that. That's the very first part of the pilot. The second part of it is going to get into a more full-blown operational pilot to see if, since the equipment works, we know that the equipment works, now how can we actually get into practicing how we could operate an internet service business so we can provide the same type of reliable service through the internet service that we do with our electric service. So that would be next. That would expand to about 750 people, moving further out into Hertford and Bertie counties, and trying to just streamline operations and make sure we do a very good job for you. After we're satisfied, but before I get into that, this shows a map of the area. Again, here's the office. These are some houses that will be coming along 561. You all know where I'm talking about, right? Coming back towards Rich Square from Ahoskie. So these will be our test sites that we'll be testing this equipment, testing to see how it works, what kind of speeds we can get, and if the devices in the homes can actually save our member owners some money. That's really what this is all about. So once we get past that, you get to a point of, okay, we know the equipment works. We know that these tests we run with a smaller group of member owners is tested out okay. I'm ready to go into full deployment. If all of those first two steps work, we feel like we're going to be in a position to deploy this throughout our whole territory. Northampton County, every county that we serve, Bertie, Gates, Hertford, Halifax, we want to bring this service to every county that we serve, every member that's in those counties. So our entire service territory will be covered. We'll be in a position by the beginning of next year, about 8 months from now, we'll know, we will have tested all of this to know whether we're in a position to move forward. If all these smaller projects fail, what we'll know is that we've tried something that won't work. But our hope is, and our anticipation is that it's going to work. And once we're satisfied with that, by January of next year, we'll be in a position to say, okay, we're ready to really make this happen across our system. Now, what does that really mean? It means that we would have selected the right partners, because earlier I said we don't know much about this business, so we decided to bring a couple of partners in with us to help us figure this out. And the two companies are ECC Technologies. They're our owner's agent. They're helping us navigate through this, make sure we do things right. We don't waste a lot of your money and resources trying to do something that we're not familiar with. And we have another company called Skyrunner from Asheville, North Carolina. They have actually operated the type of network that we're trying to deploy. So we've asked them to come over to the east and operate an internet service, a wireless internet service for our member owners. And they've agreed to do that, and we're already in the process of working with them. Those are our partners, and this is how the whole process would look. The reason we feel that we can deploy it to our entire service territory because Roanoke Electric has taken on, our board has decided and agreed that we're going to make this investment into our system, just like we would with lines, transformers, poles, everything else. We feel that this type of network is important for our system, and our board has decided that we're going to make this investment to make it available to all of our members once we're satisfied that it works. And we have already created a company that would be legally able to run an internet business called Roanoke Connect Holdings. That's a requirement. That's just a legal requirement that we have to go through to make sure we can do this. And then we have Skyrunner, who's going to operate it for us. So Roanoke Electric will make the investment. We're going to run it through our what we call CLEC company to legally run an internet service company that will have the smart grid technologies that's attached to it. We'll get Skyrunner to operate it for us. This is just a quick picture of, I told you that this company is from Asheville, North Carolina. This is a quick picture of a network that they built over in Asheville. My only point here is to let you understand that this is a wireless system, which means that we will be putting devices up very high on the poles that will have a clear line of sight to your houses that can transmit the data to let you have internet service at your homes. That's how it works. They're good at it. They've done this over in the mountains. They can do it in the mountains. I think they can come over here and do it in the flat land. We just got more trees than they have. We have to figure that part out. So let me introduce another term that we call smart grid. What smart grid really means is that we're going to operate our electrical system a whole lot smarter using devices that can help us allow you to save money. That's really what that means. Our territory has very limited dependable internet service, so we know just from a couple of examples that most of our member owners do not have high-speed internet access available to them. So that's even more of a reason that we want to begin to invest in our system so that you can have that. What we really will get down to is having what we call a utility of the future. As we look at things, as we look at trends, as we look at where technology is going, as we look at how people are using smart devices in their homes to save energy, to operate their homes a lot better, the utility company has to keep up with that. And at where we are now, without this type of infrastructure, without making this investment, we know we're behind the curve. So that's another reason we decided that broadband is a critical part of our infrastructure from the electric cooperative standpoint. Your expectations as member owners is changing. There are things that you want, if not you, your grandchildren want inside of your homes. Because we've been told a lot of times that grandkids don't even want to come back home if there's not an internet connection. Any truth to that? Okay, I thought so. And we must establish services on your side of the meter to help you save dollars inside of your home. Let me talk a little bit more specifically about what that means. Here are some common features of what we call the utility of the future. There are a lot of services. George has mentioned a few of them. Keeping your lights on is totally built into our whole mission. We know you want dependable electric service. It's gotten better, but it can get a whole lot better. And we're not going to be happy until it's state of the art where you have minimal trouble keeping your lights on. So this type of investment that we're talking about making is going to really allow us to do more of that. Identify and even predict outages before they happen. We're going to also, we've been talking about pocketbook issues. I don't think there's a person in this room who would not want to save a few more dollars on your monthly budget. Am I right? Yeah. We realize that. You tell us often, and we hear you. Marshall, Mr. Cherry was saying earlier, you tell us that you want your costs to be down. We've been listening attentively to you. So we put some programs in place like the rewards discount programs where you'll hear more about this later. We put programs in place that you can handle your bills a lot more efficiently without having to get in the car and drive. So we put these services in place, but they're just there because you don't have connectivity to use them. So this missing piece of the puzzle is the broadband connectivity that we're trying to put in place. Wholesale power cost reductions. We buy power from another company in Raleigh. And there's a big cost to that. And the more we can reduce that cost, the more we can pass those cost savings on to you by way of your rates. We're very focused on that. So this network that we're looking at, the smart thermostats that George mentioned, the water heater controls, those are devices that we're gonna actually do this pilot, we're gonna give you to put in your homes as you sign up for broadband service from us. We're gonna give you those devices because they can help all of us save money. So, and they won't cost you any comfort or cause you any discomfort in your home. So we wanna make sure you understand what those are, and we'll be talking about those later. But the point I wanna leave you with is that none of this will happen without us making this investment into broadband. That's what this whole Roanoke Connect project is really about, because we know that there's a big gap that we've got to fill. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to turn over to our Manager of Member Services, Susan Tan, who's going to talk about some of these programs that we want you to have.
Thank you, Mr. Rand. This is the exciting part. So, once we all get high-speed internet, we will be able to shop online. And the best part is, after you shop online, you can earn credits towards your electric bill. So, yes, you really can. You would just simply go to the website, and as you can see, there's over 60,000 stores participating, and most of them now are in competition with Amazon, so they're trying to offer 2-day free shipping. So once you go to the website, you can choose any store you want, Macy's, Walmart, Kohl's, Target, you name it. If you're into car parts, you can purchase car parts online, they'll ship it to your home, and again, those credits go towards your electric bill. I thank you for joining us this evening, and I do know that you stopped by the tables on your way in, but please make sure you visit those tables again on your way out. If you have any questions about the products that we're showing you, or if you need assistance with your smartphone, downloading the app, or what have you, we're here to serve you tonight. Not just dinner, but we are going to serve you as far as the products and services. If you want more information on the Ecobee or the thermostat, we're here to serve you, okay? Next, we have our text notification. And with our text notification, you can receive high usage alerts. You can get reminders of when your bill is due. And you can also get notification if there's an outage or a scheduled outage in your area. So all you have to do is text 352-667 and text join, and then you'll automatically get a reply. And again, if you need assistance with that, we can help you. If you need access to your account online through the portal, we can assist you with that, as well as create a user ID and password. And there's a sample over there to the right of the scheduled outage, and it'll let you know when that outage has been restored as well. So if you're not at home at the time, you'll know that your lights are back on and you can go back home. Next, we have our e-bill and bank draft. And if you've already signed up, you've already gotten the credit, but we're going to try to continue that credit for you. So if you have not signed up, please do that tonight as well. You will get a reoccurring credit for your e-bill and bank draft as well. Bank draft is $1 credit, and the e-bill is 50 cents. So we do have some member owners that, if their grandchildren have an email, they'll let that notice go right to their grandchildren. And sometimes if you have to go to social services for help, you can get your delinquent notice quicker. And this way it'll be right in the phone, and you don't have to wait for it to come in the mail, because all of our mail now goes way to Raleigh and has to come back. So that's extended time. So make sure you sign up for those products as well. Next, we're going to call Ms. Sandra Dickens, who is the Executive Director of this facility, and she's going to discuss the Upgrade Save program.
Good evening, everyone. How many of you have already heard of the Upgrade to Save program or have already participated in the Upgrade to Save program? Great. This is a great program, and it gives you an opportunity to improve the comfort in your home, and at the same time reduce some of your energy consumption and help you to lower that utility bill. Most of us live in older homes and so forth, which long time ago were not governed by any type of building inspection procedures and so forth. And a lot of them just were not insulated the way homes are being insulated now, and the way that they have been established by certain guidelines. So with the Upgrade to Save program, there are particular areas that we focus on with this. We focus on insulation in the attic How many of you use your attic as a storage area, and sometimes you don't even think about it, and if there is insulation up there, and you start storing stuff, you start moving it around, and therefore it decreases the efficiency of that insulation in that attic and so forth. We also look at duct sealing. Sealing your ducts is a method to make sure that underneath of your house is not warmer and more comfortable underneath your house than it is on the inside of your house. And sometimes animals will get under your house and they can have access to that insulation. They can also pull things away, which also creates a decreased flow into your house, and therefore it's warmer under your house or either cooler in your house, depending on what the season is. Air sealing also helps with sealing off the draft in your house as well, around underneath your kitchen sinks, underneath your bathroom sinks. Also in the bathrooms where your bathtub is located. If you ever notice you got in the shower or you got in the bathtub and you got out and you were real cold and you couldn't figure out what it was, sometimes there's that draft in there, and that leads to you not being as comfortable in your home or the draft there. Also, we're looking at upgrading your current heating systems to a heat pump. A heat pump is more efficient. It also saves you money if you have a gas pack, so you're not having that gas bill each year, at least 6 months out of the year. And if those of you who remember having a gas pack a couple years ago when the gas prices went up to almost $5 a gallon, and we were kind of under control by the gas companies that if you didn't buy a certain amount, you were subject to either having your tank removed or something else, So this heat pump helps with that area as well, and you're only looking at one bill as you trade out to a heat pump. Water heater wraps are part of the Upgrade to Save program as well. This wrap helps to maintain the temperature of your water in your water heater a little bit longer, so your water heater is not coming on as frequently as it would sometimes. You notice that if you're in the kitchen, your water heater's in the kitchen, the water in the kitchen seems to get a little bit hotter faster than it does down the hall for your in your bathtub area or other areas within your home. So this helps also, like I said, to extend the life of your water heater and to increase the efficiency of the water that's in that water heater a little bit longer. LEDs. LEDs burn lighter, and they're a lot more efficient in terms of using the kilowatt hours. And if you ever look at your utility bill, that's how we determine how much your bill is going to be by the kilowatt hours that you use. So we want always to look at trying to reduce the kilowatt hours. Also, with the Upgrade to Save program, this is an example of some of the homes that we've done thus far. The average cost for the retrofits to a home, including the weatherization measures that I mentioned and the upgrading to a heat pump, is averaging around $7,200. We've completed over 205 projects since we started the project, and our average buy down for our energy efficiency credits is running about $325. The average monthly savings with these retrofits being installed at a location, we're roughly seeing a savings of about $80. And the average monthly TAC, which is the amount that you pay on your utility bill for those services being installed at your location, is about $60. The average monthly savings, the money that a member owner is being able to put back in their pocket, is averaging about $20. So I know that all of us can use an extra $20 per month to set aside, or just do something that you want to do, or see something that you want to buy. Just like when Susan Taya mentioned about shopping online. Then you have an extra $20 that you can use for shopping. The estimated amount saved by our member owners during this time is about 25%. So just looking at this, with this program, just think that $7,200 is money that Ronica Electric is advancing, paying up front for you to improve the overall comfort and to help with saving some money in your household. And this is not money you have to go out and borrow from someone, you know, no credit checks or anything like that, which has been some of the barriers that our member owners have experienced. And overall, you're feeling better. You've got products that are great, that have a warranty with them, and it improves the overall quality of life in your home.
All right, you all have heard some great deals thus far, haven't you? Yes, you have. And of course, from credits on your electric bill for purchases that you're doing, for day-to-day items that you're already buying, to savings on your electric bill through investments made by Roanoke Electric Cooperative that you, of course, will pay back through the electric bill. But of course, the savings will more than absorb that payback. So there is money in your pocket. So I have another one for you. So suppose I told you that we could give you a thermostat that values at about $250. If you go to Best Buy, if you go to Lowe's, you know, any hardware store, and the value of the thermostat is about $250. But the thermostat is very valuable, and it costs $250 because the thermostat can bring savings through having that in your home. And of course, it actually provides energy efficiency savings, very similar to the energy efficiency savings that Ms. Dickens just mentioned. So there are savings that you could get by having that thermostat valued at $250, but we would offer it to you for $50 or $100 based on your home, whether or not it's all electric or if you use gas heat. But the final kicker that I did not say is we would also give you a credit each month of about $4 on your electric bill. So there's a $4 credit coming from the company. The company is reducing the cost or providing a thermostat for you that values $250 and will sell it for as little as $50. Then, of course, the final piece is you will save energy because the smart thermostat, you've already heard us talk about smart grid, will bring savings to you. If I said all of that to you, would you think that's a deal? That's a good deal? Well, that is a deal, and that's what we're offering here tonight as well. As we talk about the smart grid and, of course, the broadband connectivity. In addition to that, this, of course, coupled with everything that you've already heard, there's a thermostat that we're offering known as the ecobee 3. Of course, as you can see at the bottom here, what does that say? Must have a Wi-Fi connection, right? And so the precursor to all of that is the very project that you've heard us talk about tonight, the Roanoke Connect project. And so the Wi-Fi connection enables us to be able to have these devices, which this thermostat, of course, this is the thermostat. This is a phone, which your cell phone is how you can communicate back to that thermostat and set the thermostat. You could be in here tonight and change your thermostat setting because you would have your phone communicating across the internet. And of course, your thermostat will be connected to the internet, and that thermostat will change the setting. There's also a remote sensor here that we would offer you where you can put it in a specific room where you would like to have the temperature control in that room. So these are the devices that go with that. But the device itself, again, it offers easy and convenient way of managing comfort, you know, of your electric bill. But of course, Wi-Fi connection is a key component there. So again, this is the deal that Roanoke Electric is offering with this thermostat. I mentioned the savings. This is the projected amount of the savings, about $111 a year in energy savings that you could potentially project by having this thermostat. But in addition to that, there's $4 a month that Roanoke Electric would provide on your electric bill for having this thermostat. And of course, the purchase price, as I mentioned earlier, is either $50 or $100. So that's about 60 to 80% off the retail price of that thermostat, which is $250. And the final piece is, which is more value because it costs money to send folks out to install stuff, right? So this last piece is free installation. So there's more value that Roanoke Electric will provide for you to have this thermostat. So this thermostat, obviously, for us to make this much of an investment, obviously it means a lot to us as well because it does help our organization reduce some of our wholesale power costs. But as you can see, we're working together here because we're sharing savings with you, and additionally, you're able to save energy on your electric bill. So that's a lot of value there. So that's more of the deal that we're mentioning to you tonight. This is the one that we're actually offering. We have these in stock. And before you leave tonight, and I'll make one final appeal to you, but before you leave tonight, please check in with our team so that you can sign up to get one of these. Now, if that does not work for you, if that thermostat does not work for you, we have another option for you. Some of you may already have your own thermostats, or you may like another option. I will say the Nest thermostat has shown itself to be a very popular manufacturer in this space. There are more of these typically that have been purchased than the thermostat that we're offering, but they operate the same. So this Nest thermostat is a smart thermostat, as well as the Honeywell. And these are two other options. The difference is we do not sell these specifically. You are going to purchase these on your own. But as you go and purchase these on your own, what do you see at the top here? We will provide you a $75 rebate, and you still get that $4 monthly bill credit. Now, this offer, and the final piece, of course, with this, as you can see, internet-connected thermostats included Honeywell and Nest, which means there needs to be a Wi-Fi connection. So this is another part of that offer. And I found out today, as a matter of fact, that we're getting very close on this program being ready. We should be ready to launch this program for the Nest thermostat in June. The FB is ready now. And of course, we're offering those. Honeywell is coming a few months, maybe a month or two behind the Nest thermostat. But definitely, these are thermostats you can purchase on your own, but when you make that purchase, let us know so that we can sign you up for our Bring Your Own Thermostat program. Okay? More of a deal? All right. So here's some more that we're offering to you tonight. Through water heater control. Some of you probably have been with us for several years. Many of you remember years ago when we used to manage what was called a load management program. And how did you like that program? You didn't. Tell me why you didn't like it. Okay, I'll take that right there. All right, and the reason why I'm perceiving that he said that is because many of our member owners back then did not like the fact that we were completely turning off the water heater, turning off those elements for hours on end, which meant, of course, we provided credits on the electric bill, but people were not comfortable. So the difference is we have this new load limiting device, or water heater control device produced by a company known as Carina Technologies that will do the very same. It will communicate across the internet or through a cellular service, depending on how we set this device up here. But what it does, it changes the thermostat setting. It does not turn the thermostat, it does not turn the elements off completely. So member owners should not lose any comfort from having this on the water heater. So there's no complete shut off of it, which means you do not lose the comfort. You should be able to continue to have some heated water. And of course, when we bypass the period where we need to change the thermostat setting, it will revert back to the original setting. So with this program, of course, you don't even see where we're charging anything on this, right? So, all right, so that's a little bit of a deal. We're not even charging anything for this. But then we're providing $1 credit each month for having this on your water heater. The projected annual savings in energy is about $59. You heard the $111 on the others. And of course, the installed value of all this for Norfolk Electric is about $300 when we add the value of this equipment. And of course, again, the cost for sending someone out to do it. So a little bit more of a deal. All right. So you've heard our theme, and there are many things that we're offering, of course, to you tonight. And so at this point, we're moving into the member calls to action. We have some things we want to ask of you. So you heard several things just now. And of course, we talked about all the deals, but this is the deal of all deals right here. This slide right here is the money slide right here, of course, okay? So you've heard us talk about the internet service that we're going to be rolling out very soon. We don't have the specific price point, but many of you in here probably have had some exposure to internet service, and you can kind of gauge what you have paid. And we're feeling we're going to be kind of in line with many offers that are already out there, but we just don't want to communicate the specific price just yet because we're still working out a few final details. So what we want to offer you, though, for being here tonight is we want to offer you about a 10 to 15% discount for the first 6 months of service on our internet service when we do roll it out. So that's the first piece. And in addition to that, you're going to get, and I said the thermostats cost $50 and $100, right? So we're actually going to give you a thermostat. We're not even going to charge you for the thermostat for you all being here tonight. And of course, the energy efficiency consultation, we'll do that as well, which the value of that is about $350, and Norfolk Electric pays for that. And you will receive for having the thermostat the $4 a month credit. You still get that, the $4 a monthly credit. And the final piece here is the water heater control. We're offering that, and you will receive that $1 a monthly credit. So you have about $5 in monthly credits, and there's going to be a 10 to 15% discount on our initial offer of the internet service that we're going to be providing. So my ask of you tonight, and I'm hoping that you all see the value in everything that we're promoting here tonight. But my ask of you is to see one of our team members. I know we have some sign-up sheets. Please fill out the sign-up sheets so that we can go ahead and get you logged in our system so that we will know to honor that you were here at this event tonight and you heard this offer and you're going to receive all of the tools here and all the benefits that we want to communicate to you, okay? That a deal? All right. So I would like to, at this time, call on Susan Tan.
We're almost to the end now. So what we want you to do is please stay in contact with us. We have our app, and again, we can help you download that app on your smartphone. We also have an e-newsletter that we send out twice a month, and it has a lot of good information in it. So if you don't have an email, or if you know somebody else that has an email, just give us a call tomorrow, and we can put that email on your account, and then you can get those e-newsletters twice a month. And again, a lot of good information. We are on social media. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, and also LinkedIn as well. So whenever we have job openings, those will be on LinkedIn and our Facebook page, as well as our website. So we have a lot of ways to communicate with you all, including our bill inserts. And so please just keep those lines of communication open. And we'll also be letting you know about the upcoming events around annual meeting. And now, Ms. Patrice Jordan, she's going to come up and give us a little more detail about annual meeting and also ACRE.
Thank you, Ms. Tan. Good evening, everyone. I'm Patrice Jordan, Public Relations and Engagement. I will be talking about ACRE, but first I want to ask, how many ACRE members do we have in here tonight? Even the one that we signed up tonight, please raise your hand. Definitely, we want to thank you for your support with ACRE. And with ACRE, I want to talk about your opportunity to make a difference. ACRE represents issues that matters to you, which is increased rates, rising costs, and high utility bills. ACRE represents the cooperative interest, and it's our way of life. As far as you heard the cooperative mission, which is to provide safe, reliable, and affordable electricity to our member owners. As you can see with the ACRE here, and to let you know that you are not in this alone, we have 100% employee participation as well as our 100% board members that's participating in ACRE. And now we're determined to reach our goal, which is seeking 10% of our membership enrollment. So again, I do want to thank each and every one of you all that have joined ACRE, but the ones that have not joined ACRE, please do so tonight, because ACRE allows you to have a voice. You are the voice of Roanoke Electric. You are the voice of your cooperative. And we need you to be the voice in our communities to spread the word and encourage others to join ACRE. It's $2.08 a month. You don't have to pay anything up front. You can pay it through your utility bill. And also, if you didn't want to pay the $2.08, it's $25 a year that you can contribute. That contribution does not stay with ACRE. That contribution supports those elected officials that you vote for, that I vote for, that speaks out on behalf of you, the member owner. Again, I stated, you are the member owners of Roanoke Electric, and we need your support and to join ACRE. And if you have any questions or doubts as far as what ACRE is doing for you, we have a free bullet points, and as you can see, we do have pictures of some of our ACRE members that have joined. ACRE helps the like Roanoke Electric cooperatives to offer simple, low efficiencies loans through our Upgrade Save program that you heard Ms. Dickens speak on. ACRE also encourage adequate funding to ensure that our families stay warm through our LIGHT program through your local agencies. ACRE supports the cooperative to expand high-speed internet access that you have heard Mr. Wynn and Mr. Stafford speak about. ACRE strives to help electric cooperatives with the cost of restoring power after severe disasters through our FEMA program. ACRE assists with coordination with the federal agencies for the protection of your information through cybersecurity. So I want to ask even the ones that have joined ACRE, I want to encourage you all to stop by our information table tonight before you leave and sign up, because we need you, again, we need your voice in the community. We need ambassadors to spread the word and encourage others to join ACRE. And also join the ACRE, but to spread the word on some of the programs and services that you have heard on tonight that's cost savings to you, the member owner. And for more information, we want you to continue to follow us through the RoanokeCenter.org or RoanokeElectric.com. Again, thank you and continue to enjoy your evening. And now we'll have Mr. Wynn come up and close.
It's hard to have to come behind the closing. We have a nickname for Patrice, and she is the closer. All right? Hang around her about 30 seconds, she's going to close on it. This is really a very important part of the program. We want to give you the opportunity now. You've heard a lot. We've shared a lot of information with you about some exciting programs that we put together for you based on your feedback to us. Do the math. We've shown you a whole lot of savings tonight. And that's our motive. That's our motivation. We want to make sure that we bring you value as member owners. We want to make sure that's always at the front and center. So what questions do you have tonight? Does anyone have any questions?
That,